So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Things already rolling. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
And it's Christie. No, that's been intercepted. Can he get on the end of this? Tries a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught on it here. He has a look up. Oh, shooting chance! That's put paid to the danger.
It's been pretty high-tempo stuff from the off here, Peter. A good show of intent, I would say.
Rafinha picks it up. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And he's intervened well there. And that was nowhere near his best. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
That has ended up in no man's land. Couto. So it is still 0-0. And he's worked it through. He's been taken out. Could that be a penalty? The referee has given a free kick just outside the box. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, he had a decision to make, Peter, and it's worked out badly.
Rafinha.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And he is going into that little black book. Christie taking charge of the dead ball. He's not got that quite right. And that is a little undercooked. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Not the most accurate pass. Gabriel with the foul. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it. Oh no, he's got that wrong. Marquinhos gets over and intercepts. Oh, there's the clearance. Marquinhos promptly onto that, and that is that.
Brazil definitely like their pressing from the front.
Yeah, it's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
It's a good run down the right. And Vicious ball here. McGinn. Oh, easy pickings there. Foot in. That's good running with the ball. Into the channel. McGinn. Oh, that's a key interception. Robertson kept his eye on it, and he's there. Pass somewhat off target. Couto. Marquinhos. Bruno Guimaraes. And he's had it nicked away. That's going wide left. Well, that is one way to stop him. Oh, can he finish? Goal, Scotland! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So the first moment of real significance.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, he's been caught on it here. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
Now that's well seen too. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
That is good alertness. Now he's got space here. The message is clear, none shall pass. And it's been hooked away. And that signals the end of the first period. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Scotland looking solid, if not too much more at half-time. It's 1-0. And so the action is resumed.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And they've got rid. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That pass isn't the best. Knocks it into space. Floated through. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't...
Could be danger here! Chance! Goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
And now he has two. Scotland are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Looking to play him in. That has been... Oh, that is asking for trouble. He's picked his way through. And he welcomes it in. And the shot! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Scotland certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
That has not gone well. Quality ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Great vision. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Scotland clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Can he get it through? And it's been played through. He's in a great position here. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
Well, it's never nice to see something like that, is it? But that's what it says in the letter of the law. He's got to go.
Now, can they get him away? Threads one in. That ball looks a good one.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And no, that was never going to make it.
Oh, really well played.
He's on it. Can he get away? Bruno Guimaraes. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Brazil clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
He's got away with one there.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
Oh, there's a probing ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Looking for the run. He's in plenty of space here. And he's quick to get rid. Oh, looks a smashing ball. Oh, good fly! And he stuck it away! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Just one in it now.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now. Scotland surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Chris takes a shot! And that really should have been that.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it.
There's the shot! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 2.
Aimed beyond the defence, looking for a runner. It's a pretty loose pass. Little pass back. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Looking for options for movement. No, he's not getting past him there. Christie. He's a sharp little ball here. And the finish! And yes, it's there! There seemed no way back, but they are level. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Shoots! Oh, wow, that's crazy! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just wet the...
Decent chance! It's a goal! There was to be only one outcome.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. Scotland have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very...
Impressive jump! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
You can never be short of runners into space.
He's having a shot! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. A good play on the left-hand side here. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And the referee brings it to a close. Scotland are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their effort. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things already rolling.
The midfield 3, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front 3, especially the wide men running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Now it's Rafinha. Oh, that's fabulous. Ah, he's great chance! Goal! Brazil! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
It is a super start. So far, so very good. Rafinha. Alexandro. And Gabriel. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, that is a great stop! That's going to go a long way. Savinho! It's off target and by quite a way. And the shot! It's hit the upright. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
It's a pretty loose pass. Bruno Guimaraes.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Searching pass he's played there. Can he get it through? Great ball if he can get there. And he's straight offside. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Lucas Perry gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Ambitious ball here. Oh, nicely intercepted. Now it's João Pedro. Oh, that's a key interception. That is a great pick out. Lucas Perry breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's having a pop! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Now, he's got space here.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
João Pedro unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Alexandro. And it's Guimarães. Marquinhos. And it's Guimarães. For Alexandro. Gabriel. Red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. It's just beyond his reach. It's a good foot in there. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Spread to the right. And it's Joelinton. Tries to play it through. Rafinha showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Rafinha. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. The message is clear, none shall pass.
Brazil are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
And the ball is out of play. Oh, poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Now, can they get him away? Oh, great chance! McTominay. Can he finish? And he should have made them pay.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
A header! Off the post! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, he's missed a very good chance there. He might have got a little too much on that.
Christie, not the most accurate pass. Nice looking ball.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Rafinha! Deftly away. That is ended up in no man's land. McTominay, and the pass is intercepted. Looking to play him in. And that's a good ball. Oh, easy pickings there.
That was lovely, that. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And it's Alexandro. Alexandro just loves to go forward whenever he can. Pass somewhat off target. Alexandro. And that pass just didn't quite work. Looking for a runner. And he's intervened well there. Now it's João Pedro. Now it's Bruno Guimarães. Rafinha receives it in a good position. Shot a goal! And yes, it's there! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly have time to even react.
Chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
And yes, it's him again. And the shot! Well taken goal. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment. And that is all they have time for. Staggering, just staggering. Not in their wildest dreams would they have expected a half-time scoreline like this. So your views on the first half?
Scotland are very much up against it, and that's given the manager a real headache as to how to get his players to regain focus during half-time. He's going to have to get amongst the players and really lift them to produce something close to the best football if they're going to salvage this.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And we are back on the way.
Scotland really have to pick things up here. Their opponents are going to set up to play on the counter-attack now, which means they're going to have to find ways to draw them out more.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Linton, but it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation, no more, no less.
That is good alertness.
Brazil have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Christie aims beyond the defence. Well, that has not gone well. Played out to the left flank, showing great feet there.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
And it's Linton. Rafinha, looking for options for movement. He's a sharp little ball here. Tries a shot! He's got a goal! And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Rafinha. Now that's been intercepted. Nicely weighted ball. Linton.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Gabriel, just about within shooting range. Oh, impressive strike.
Well, he's hit it well enough for me. I suppose it could be a deliberate attempt to just draw that defence out.
Alexandro. Savinho, out towards the flank, and he's managed to get free. Gets his head on it! No, he can't turn it in. And And it's Christie. Savinho.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
João Pedro. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Played into space. Well, that looks a decent ball. Knocks it into space. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Brazil can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Anthony coming on here. A change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter, but this will make a nice change.
That's a cute ball. Threads one in. Great ball if he can get there. Bruno Guimaraes. And it's Guimaraes. Turns back here, probably the best option. The referee's awarded a free kick. And that's going to be a booking. Marquinhos. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Looking tidy in possession here. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And he's going to have his name taken. Joelinton. Koto. Robertson getting forward. Oh, super find. He is through here. Oh, shooting chance! In he goes again. And that's in. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. And he is going into that little black book. Goes for goal! Well, he caught that pure, but no end product.
Unsurprisingly, he's been quick to apologise. If you lean backwards, the results are normally high and wide.
And the volley. Oh, there was plenty on that.
Yeah, but you only need to look across to the sideline to see what one makes of that, Peter.
Great vision. Anthony. Stood up well to him there. Good ball, good... And a chance! Oh, he's done it!
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
Brazil are at the peak of their powers. As for the little doubt, that is a foul. Now this is interesting. He has already had his name taken once.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 6. Vai ser substituído pelo jogador.
Just 5 minutes left.
Camisa 13.
Oh, it's taken out. That'll be a foul. Referee has gone straight to his pocket. Yes, a second yellow, and he's off. Well, the protest continues, but in the end, they are defending the indefensible. Scotland are now down to 8 following the sending off. Well, it is plumb centre, but it is a fair way out on the very cusp of credible shooting range. And he's having a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! Look at the space here. And it's Danilo. Shapes to shoot! And that has flown over.
Foram indicados 6 minutos de acréscimo.
Christie. No, that was never going to make it. Anthony. Anthony looking to receive it in. Yeah, he's fouled him there. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Scotland are going to be forced to play the rest of the game with just 7. Joelinton. Now it's Martinelli. So much time and space here. And he's there to belt it away. Tries a header! Christie. Adams. Oh, perfectly measured that. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. A probing pass. He's got away. Oh, what's he giving here? Scotland really could have done without this.
Substituição no time do Brasil.
The chance to pull further clear.
Sai para a entrada do jogador, camisa 16.
It's hit the crossbar. And that is the last of it. Scotland have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating. There was to be only one outcome. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football. And we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We are just getting... And the shot! And needless to say, that deserved better.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside. That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
And it's been played through. Can he get there? Rafinha. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Brazil clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Well timed, excellent interception. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
There aren't many defenders, Peter, who assist more goals than Andy Robertson here, that's for sure. He's reliable, consistently excellent in what he delivers going forward, and it doesn't...
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it's fallen kindly here! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Brazil with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Well, there's the clearance. That's an imaginative pass. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, good steal, he just read it. He is through here. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Goes for a shot! Goal, Scotland! And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
It's shocking, the ease with which he was able to get into the space, and a player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
Scotland are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Great defending, strong and determined.
Brazil definitely like their pressing from the front.
Yeah, it's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Ambitious ball here. That is good alertness. And he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's made its way to him. He shifts Savinho! Good try, very good try, in fact.
Well, the keeper looks perplexed. That was hit with real ferocity.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now it's Adams. Brazil have reclaimed it. Alexandro. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Good running, strong and purposeful. He's having a hit!
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
McTominay. That is ended up in no man's land. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Alexandro. Bruno Guimaraes. Oh, that pass isn't the best. It's a pretty loose pass. Works it forward. Looking for the run. Savinho. Savinho! Oh, that is rather wayward.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
That's very disappointing, it has to be said. McGinn. Pass somewhat off target.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
João Pedro, he's had a shot! It's in! They are right back in business!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they want another.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Brazil restore parity.
Well, there's a genuine sense of tit-for-tat here, Peter. Neither side seems willing to back off here. This is a terrific watch.
Well, that has not gone well. Savinho in acres of space out wide. And here's Savinho. Big chance! Brilliant from Savinho! A finish of true class! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. Brazil leading now.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
And here's Rafinha. Oh, that's fabulous. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. So there was the first half.
Well, I've been left almost breathless here, Peter. This is frantic stuff. 45 minutes just seem to fly by. Here's hoping both teams can maintain this level.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. Down to business again.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Passing nice and neat. And it's Alexandro. Alexandro getting forward. He's had a shot! So much to... Tries a shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Alexandro.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Adams. Bruno Guimaraes. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's well spotted. Nicely spread. Now it's Savinho. And the shot! Oh, good finish! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Brazil now in a position far more desirable.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Not the most accurate pass. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Looking to play him in. Over to the right flank. He's picked his way through. He's trying to hit the front line here. That has not gone well.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a...
And he shoots! Yes! And they are disappearing out of sight. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Oh no, this does not look good. And he's managed to get free. Takes a shot! It's a goal! This day becomes absolutely perfect. Utterly ideal. A horrible blip. A moment they could well have done without.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
This is a gloriously greedy performance.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
That's put paid to the danger. Engages and forces him off the ball. João Pedro. He's going for goal! Oh my word, that is quite something! A finish right from the top draw. It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
Shot, surely! And he's missed it.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Again.
Para a entrada do jogador, camisa 22.
Sabinho. This looks promising. Christie. Well read, nice interception. Can he get it through? He's got away. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Savino. Now, can they get him away? Chance for a shot! And he hits the net! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
He's got four. That is, oh, just a keeper now. Decent chance. They'll be quick to recover this. And here's Anthony. Couto. A heavy challenge. Ball is over the line. Couto. Joelinton. And it's Joelinton. Anthony. João Pedro! And that has faded wide. That has ended up in no man's land. McGinn. That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, easy pickings there. Can he get on the end of this? Threads one in. Pass is just off target. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And the shot! And it's in! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
Another one! This must be his personal high. Gives it back. Anthony. Anthony has it out wide and in space. Joelinton! Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. Scotland present their opponents with the best possible chance here. Gunn to save this spot kick and his team. Oh no, he misses from the spot.
Not the best spot kick I've ever seen, but they've got to keep their heads up and chase this game.
Spread to the right. And he's intervened well there. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. And he's going to have his name taken. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. Ederson, played out wide, keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Alexandro. No, no way through. That's a cute ball. He's looking wide. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And that will be the final act. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Bruno Guimaraes. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, this guy, Bruno Guimaraes, is going to be the man who I see as the one who brings balance to the team. I think when he's on the ball, yes, he can be a strong runner, but he's become a very central pivot now in making sure that he helps break lines going forward and denies line breaking for his defence. So he's become a big factor now in any team he functions in.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. He's got away. Rafinha! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And he's quick to get rid.
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
The referee's awarded a free kick. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Adams is wide and looking to get onto this. And that's an errant pass. Played into space. Oh, that's a key interception. Scotland still without a single shot on target. Christie showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Rafinha. And he shoots! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And there's the shot! Terrific effort, just off target.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
Alexandro gets across and deals with it. That's where it came from. There's a sharp little ball here. Brazil have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
And here's Rafinha. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Now it's João Pedro. That has been cut short. He's in a great position here. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
No way through. And the shot! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Played out to the left flank. Rafinha, foot in. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this. And that's a simple one for the keeper. "15 minutes till half-time. Now, can they get him away? Now, he's got space here. Pass somewhat off target. Oh, easy pickings there. Alexandro. Bruno Guimaraes. That's going wide left. Looking for options for movement. He can run onto that. Shot at goal! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Nicely spread. Now it's McTominay. Now it's Adams. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Can he get on the end of this? Now that looks a decent ball. That's a cute ball. And the pass is intercepted. Keeper's got good distance on that. Probing pass, and he was quick to react. It's a pretty loose pass. Linton knocks it into space, and it's Guimaraes. Aims beyond the defence. Real chance! Brazil with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Scotland have the chance to go the other way. Well, that looks a cracking ball. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Scotland clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Gabriel. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little...
He's had a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? They're back in possession, and the shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. No way through, so back it comes. Alexandro is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. That has not gone well. Linton. Now Koto. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Tries to pass it through.
There they go, hunting again.
No, that's been intercepted. Rafinha. Now it's Pedro. Oh, that's well spotted. Nice looking ball. Oh, red, nice interception. Now it's Pedro. Rafinha. Now it's Pedro. Scotland can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
He leaps for it!
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
And they've got rid. It'll be a throw-in. And he's had it nicked away. And it's Guimaraes. Adams. Oh, well measured. And he's got away from it.
Great feet.
Goes for a shot! And that is quite wonderful! He's got himself an absolute peach. And that really is so impressive. So the first moment of real significance.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again. Chance for a shot! It's a goal! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
We're looking at a different game now.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response. And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better...
He's having a pop! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Looking for a runner. That is good alertness. Now it's Christie. That has ended up in no man's land. Just eases him off the ball.
Rafinha really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's João Pedro. Ambitious ball here. Well read, and the danger is averted. Oh no, this does not look good. Not the most accurate pass. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 11, camisa 6. Deixando o campo para a entrada.
Nicely weighted ball.
Camisa 22, camisa 13.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
That pass isn't the best.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
No, that was never going to make it. Oh, well played, well sorted out. That looks a good ball through. Not a hint. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, no question, Jim, the referee has seen that as a professional foul.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction.
Tries to play it through. That's a shade optimistic. Great vision. Can he latch on to this? Can he finish? Threads one in. Again. And he's intervened well there. He won't be happy with that one. He's going to be disappointed with that. Looking for the run. That has not gone well. He's had it taken off him. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, nicely intercepted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Martinelli was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Can he get it through?
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Looking to play him in. It's played through for him. Gabriel promptly onto that, and that is that. Oh, what a mistake! Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Gabriel. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. It's a searching pass. That's destined for the flank. Nicely shaped ball. Anthony receives it in a wide position. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. So that means another 30 minutes football. So, that was the second half.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So, a battle of endeavour, enterprise, and now endurance. No winner in 90, 30 more to come. Linton, Bruno Guimaraes tries to pass it through. Now it's shoots! Oh wow, that's crazy! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Brazil leading now.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Linton. It's a really well-measured ball. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And he's managed to get free. Lucas Perry breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Searching pass he's played there. And he's decided to go for it. And that really should have been that.
Linton really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
That's a sharp pass.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Well, the defence proved infallible. Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Gunn to save this spot kick and his team. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
That's calm for you. Nothing is going to distract him.
And now he has two. Brazil go up by 2 and are looking good. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And it's made its way to him. Now it's Adams. Perfectly measured that.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
João Pedro. Here come Brazil on the counter. And he's found a way past. Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. So just 15 minutes still to come. So there you have it. This game has tipped tellingly in one direction. 15 minutes to go, but it is starting to look done. Well, we are already up and running again. This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? Good ball, good take. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. João Pedro moved on forwards. That's an imaginative pass. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. That's a throw. Anthony ventures forward. He has found the way through. Corner. Brazil have their second corner now. And now they can... Big chance! Christie. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's free, Chance! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Well, judging by his reaction, he clearly feels he should have made more of it, but he's looking very much like the big threat at the moment.
The most accurate pass. Now that's well seen too. Ederson going forward.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
That pass has been well intercepted. The ball is loose and the chase is on. And that is a little undercooked. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Santos. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Brazil clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And that is as far as it goes. Scotland played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly...